in sevens rugby, it doesn't always help to be the fastest or the strongest. At least, not always. On the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series, sometimes it can be about your fortitude, the ability to endure that makes the difference. 12 events across the globe searching for the best sevens team on the planet. This is life on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series.
Yeah, the World 7 Series for the men's has been going for 20 odd years now, and it's evolved over that time and really has become this Olympic sport that's taken it to the new stratosphere and really got to different parts of the world and gained a lot of new traction, especially with viewers both on and off the pitch, and it's something that's really exciting and a lot of people are getting into.
Glendale was a great tournament to kick off. Home soil, obviously. Family came. I had about 13 members come, and it's a really unique tournament just because it's just the women and it feels intimate almost.
Spirits are high in the days leading up to kick-off, but there's no doubt there's a lot at stake.
Going into the upcoming season, I'm really excited. Obviously, it's a really big year with the summer, but adding 2 tournaments is exciting for us.
We know that everyone wants to be better, that they're going to be trialling new things before the Olympic Games next year, and so it's going to be a really exciting season.
The season is a massive one. It's an extremely special season, being one leading up to the Olympics. Just seriously lucky to be travelling the world to these exotic countries with amazing crowds, showing the world what an incredible game we play and how exciting it is.
The sevens game is growing. It's the 8th season for the women and the biggest yet. It's also now an Olympic sport, and Tokyo 2020 is coming.
Crouch.
Yes, 4 years ago, sevens made its Olympic debut in Rio. 4 years ago, Australia won gold in the women's event.
Balls out. All I just wanted to say was when we turn up to warm-ups and blowout, we're going to pay respect to the past, the present and the future, right? Because this group is capable of extraordinary. You are going to be the first team that goes back-to-back, and you are going to do something extraordinary this year.
Leading into Tokyo 2020, it's massive. You know, not only are we playing 8 tournaments around the world, but we are also training the hardest we ever trained in our lives for this moment. We want to go back to back. We want to go back to back. You know, it makes me feel very excited, but I know that there is so much work to be done.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Work to be done. The days leading up to kick-off are a chance to make final preparations.
Great job, ladies.
The North American duo of Canada and America will be strong this season. South America's Brazil are a core team for only the 2nd time.
E hoje quero mais comunicação, defesa e ataque.
Oh, great finish, Bert.
England have their Olympic place assured as part of the GB squad. And New Zealand are looking for their 6th series title. Game day. On day 1, the teams play in 3 pools of 4. A place in the knockout stages at stake.
We knew we were up against 3 very good teams and all having very different strengths. You know, you've got Fiji with the fast offloading game and very unpredictable. You've got Spain, which can come through and at any stage of the game and can beat you in the last 5 minutes of a game. They really surprise, I think, many teams going up against them. And then you've got Canada, who are just so strong and physical. It was going to be a tough day one to get through to those finals.
With Tonagato on the cross, and Emma Tonagato's away.
Yeah, thinking about that Canada game, I can just remember it being really quite intense, is a good word for it. Going up against Canada is always going to be a close one because they're such a good team, they're so skilled and they're so tough. So I can just remember the game being very intense, and it did come down to the very last minute of the game.
Tap. Williams. Stepping inside of Crossley, and Williams gonna go in, and Williams is stepping around. This is a big one here by Charity Williams.
It was all tied up, and then it came down to Landry kicking that final conversion.
And that kick, no good.
She doesn't miss many conversions at all.
First day, we started off with Brazil, Ireland, ended up losing to France in our third pool match, and wasn't expecting that. We actually, after day one, were in our van going back to the hotel, and we screamed and we just let it go, and came back day two and put up a good fight against the top, 3 teams in the series. Canada's always a good match for us. They're a tough team. They're very physical in the breakdown. They're smart. So it's always a good game. And we played them in the quarterfinal and won on the last play with Cheta Emba catching that kickoff.
On the restart, Emba going up, and Emba with the grab, and Emba. Hey, Green Acres is the place to be. Cheta Emba with a try for the.
That young lady right there is the heart and soul right now. US team.
It was a one to remember.
No matter how many games I play, I always get really nervous about quarterfinals. That's your ticket to go to the final. So yeah, I think we were really happy with the performance in that game as well.
New Zealand, yeah, we played them in the semifinal.
I think New Zealand would definitely be intimidating to other teams. I don't want to talk them up too much, you know.
Honestly, I really enjoy playing New Zealand. Both teams put up a good fight. Just a hard-out battle. We have the confidence as a team to go forth and just do what we know best when we play them. So if we focus on ourselves, we know the outcome will take care of itself.
Kirsch again, Tui tried to check her out, Brazier. Oh, she's so Kirsch! She's got the New Zealand defenders in an utter tangle. And Christy Kirsch. It was a drama-filled match. A wonderful semi-final, 2 really good teams, but the United States go through to the final.
USA win their semi-final. For Australia, France. Le Bleu had bested USA in the pool stage, but were dominated by Australia in the semi, who ran in 6 tries against them on the way to a 40-0 pounding. The final was set, Australia versus USA.
USA. You know, that's what you're going to get when you're playing in Colorado, Denver. You know, it was an incredible atmosphere. American supporters are seriously passionate. And, you know, we knew they had a lot of their families there. They're in their home country. So what comes with an incredible environment and crowd also comes a lot of pressure. So it can either go one way or the other. And it definitely came off the right way for them that day, and they did an incredible performance, and I take my hat off to them because I know how hard it is to play in your home crowd with that much pressure around you. So, you know, they're a bunch of lovely girls and they're serious athletes, and they just performed really, really well, and unfortunately we came off short that day.
Exciting match. By game 6, you're pretty much running on fumes, but with the crowd behind us, it was easy to put in the energy and your teammates on your right and left supporting you. We had most of the ball in that game, so it was actually quite fun to play, you know, and score tries.
And now Ember just short. And she's there again. A double for Nicole Heatherland, and it could be the moment that helps the USA to the title.
It was all smiles from there.
The United States will take the trophy on home soil for the first time.
Got a few memories to hold on to with my mom and my dad and my twin brother, grandma, older brother, grandpa. You know, in America, we didn't grow up wanting to become rugby players. We grew up wanting to be soccer, basketball players. Little boys wanted to be football players. So being a rugby player in America is definitely different, and it's growing tremendously. And to be able to tell a little girl that, hey, you can play rugby is quite special, because for physical sport, they may not believe that.
The USA take first blood on the women's circuit, and the tour moves on to Dubai. In Dubai, the men join the party. 16 teams in Dubai, 16 teams at every event, but one champion. They figure to be strong challengers again this season.
For me, the contenders for the title on the men's side of the draw, the USA were outstanding last year, I think, and they carry on their form. South Africa has re-emerged as a force. Fiji, as always, are title contenders, and New Zealand, I think, have really upped their game to be there or thereabouts.
The All Blacks, giants at the 15s game, but it's 6 years since they've won the 7 series.
Dubai's an amazing event. They definitely put on a good show. Yeah, I remember going, the first time I went to Dubai to play, I was a bit shocked. It's just everything about Dubai is different from New Zealand, but that's the beautiful thing about the World Series. You play rugby in a lot of countries that you probably wouldn't go to or wouldn't play rugby there. So to go there and get out into the desert and see a different culture and different side of the world is something that I suppose rugby opens doors.
"16 men's teams and 12 women's touched down in the UAE in December 2019 for the 50th anniversary of the Dubai Sevens. 16 men's teams, just one hotel. It's a peculiar wrinkle of the tour that opponents and rivals live cheek by jowl in the days leading up to competition. And nowhere is that more obvious than at breakfast.
Yeah, I think you sit at the breakfast table and everyone's first eyeing each other, who's all there, who's all back. But I think most of the teams stick together, and every now and then you get a little bit of banter in between each other. But you definitely have some good mates outside our system and part of the other teams, so it's always fun.
The thing about the Sevens is over 6 months, these teams will absolutely smash each other on the field, but as soon as the whistle was blown for full time, they all get in the same vans, they come back to the same hotel, they live and eat with each other every single meal throughout 7 months of the year, and it really is a family vibe and a very supportive vibe, even though these teams are battling stop after stop after stop to try and beat each other and get supremacy.
The team that's in your pool might be on your floor, you see them in the elevator. It's a bit weird at first, but it's professional sport and it's a game. You all go out there and give everything you got, and then when you're off the field, you can have a yarn and a talk, and it's just a game at the end of the day.
Is it just a game?
So boys, in place of a gym session today, we're just doing this on-field spark up or power ups. We've just got 5 stations. So starting down the end there with the orange band, we've just got a banded push press. So stand inside the band here, dip and drive and lock out overhead. The yellow band is just a banded A run, So just through 10 metres, so get a partner with that one. The green band's a banded broad jump, so again, get a partner here.
Strength and conditioning programs in Sevens are designed to offer a balanced workout. However, some players concentrate on some areas more than others. In Dubai in 2019, former Olympic sprinter Trey Williams, the man they call Quadzilla, is giving Australia a little extra.
You can't beat speed. Like we say, speed is king. Having someone who can have got the ability to break a game wide open. You've seen like Carlin and Perry do it for the US, so we've got hopefully that ability now with Trey and then a couple of other guys as well.
Take that, put that on hard.
The thing with Sevens is it's a multifaceted game, so you have to prepare them for lots of different things. Obviously fast, agile, fit, strong. There's a lot of running involved, so it's kind of a hybrid, making sure that they're very good runners, but then they're also nice and strong as well for the rigours of contact. Then also for recovery as well. The stronger they are, the quicker they're going to recover between sessions and games.
Got to build and show some speed here, boys.
A lot of these guys have been doing it for years, so they're very used to the challenges of the travel and things like that.
Build to 80-85%.
You spend a lot of time on the road, so you get used to spending some time with each other, so making sure that there's some fun and enjoyment on the way is pretty integral.
Josh?
Oh, your breath smells so delicious. We should hook up.
The pool stages in Dubai provided plenty of entertainment. Reigning men's series champions Fiji have never failed to qualify for the quarterfinals in Dubai. At least not until 2019.
And here it is. Here's the winner. It's Maloney for Argentina. They have beaten the series champions Fiji here.
It was a real shock. That's something that the Sevens circuit can bring. If you're not on mentally, that any team can tip you up, and I think it's the beauty of the game.
The World Series is just so competitive now. Any team can win the World Series.
Maybe South Africa. The Blitzboks, as they're known, have won the series title on 3 previous occasions, the last time as recently as 2018. In Dubai, they were handed a tough opening test against Kenya and were equal to it, winning 17 points to 12.
Yeah, it's a great way to start your season is getting it done. I think every year you get the opportunity to start the season and get the momentum. You want to be part of it, and especially with a system like ours that is so, we've got quite a good, strong squad, and everyone wants to play in Dubai. Everyone wants to play that very first tournament and get some momentum for the season.
Everyone wants to play, but only 7 get on the pitch. Only 13 make the squad. In a rugby nation like South Africa, that's a lot of good players missing out. Werner Koch was World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year in 2015. In 2019, his only ticket to Dubai was on the outer pitches with the South Africa Academy squad.
We had a very strong academy side, and A lot of guys come back from injury, I think. South Africa and Branko de Prea and Van Kok obviously coming from France, just getting his finding his feet again. And I think, it's just all credit to how strong our system is that we can field two quality sides and be successful.
Strength in depth indeed. South Africa got it done against all three teams in their pool, including a crowd favourite.
I think England in Dubai is one of those teams that is very difficult to play. I think they've got such a big support base there. It's never going to be easy, and the intent that we showed, I think, in that game just set the tone for the tournament.
The tone set, South Africa progressed to the semi-finals where they dismantled a strong Samoan side 38-7. In the other semi-final, New Zealand were tied up with England at 12 apiece before Salesi Rayasi went route one.
Look at this from Rayasi! He is a rugby robot, takes it beautifully, and then off he goes. He is massive.
The men's final was set. New Zealand would take on South Africa. In the women's competition, Glendale finalists Australia and USA both impressed again, both through to the semis. But a sleeping giant was about to awake.
Yeah, we're a little bit disappointed after Glendale. It wasn't the result we wanted, but we had about 7 weeks to go home, regroup, connect with each other, learn about the things that we did wrong, and obviously reshuffle just little things, because we knew we had the game plan, but it was just little errors that really hindered us in that tournament. So when we came into Dubai, we were fizzing, we were ready, and that hurting feeling fueled the fire to want to make us be better at that tournament.
New Zealand had lost to the USA in the semi-final in Glendale. This time, in Dubai, they returned the favour. And with Canada beating the Aussies 26-12, both our final lineups were set. National pride at stake.
Yeah, the national anthem. We all like to think we're Beyonce's in the team, so we sing loud and proud. We go really hard and we sing to the top of our lungs, but you can't look past our teammate Ruby Tui. She's very, very loud, and we just love the passion she shows when we sing our national anthem.
Passion shown for the anthems, passion shown when trailing at halftime.
We talked about starting strong, and I think Canada done that. They came out from the start really good. They hissed, and it was a tight race. But one thing we did well was at halftime we regrouped. We were calm. We were never doubting ourselves that we would lose. We stuck right to the end, and we played to the 14th minute. We were really lucky to come out with the try from Gail Broughton. But yeah, just one thing we do well as a team is we never give up. We play to the end whistle, and we think a lot of energy came from the crowd. It was an awesome atmosphere, and we loved every moment out on the field.
New Zealand triumphant in one final. Could they go 2 for 2?
Yeah, it was a really hard final against South Africa. We thought we defended quite well. We just didn't really take our opportunities, and they put us under pressure when we had their ball.
The final is always going to be a tough one, and I think they've shown over the years that when they get to a final, they're very successful. And I think for us, starving them of ball was going to be crucial, and not only that is getting the points on the board.
It was inevitable from the Blitzbokker.
Using opportunities.
Sunatla looking for Dry. Sabelo Sunatla to Chris Dry. It's 10-0 kick to come.
We had 3 or 4 opportunities and we used 3 of them, and I think that's the reason why we came off strong off that field. And I think it was just not only attack but defensively. I think we were just so clinical and we worked so hard.
South Africa back on top in Dubai.
I'm speechless. I'm just proud of the boys and just the effort they put in. And we said in the beginning of the week that we want to play as a team, and that's what we achieved this weekend. I think we can use this tournament just to prepare for next week. I mean, it was the first for the season, and I think the rust is off now and we will be keen to play at home.
South Africa winners in one tournament, They will be hosts in the next, and there's no time to waste.
Back-to-back tournaments really is survival of the fittest, like which players are actually still fit to play the next round 1 week later, which is a massive challenge, but I'm actually really excited about it. I'm pumped, I'm ready, I'm fresh.
Had about a 9-hour flight with all the teams. It's pretty special. And now we're in Cape Town, recovering most of today and getting ready to battle again next weekend.
In early December 2019, 16 men's teams and 12 women's touched down in Cape Town. The welcome is friendly enough, but soon it will be back to business. Next time on 24/7s, we'll have action from Cape Town, Hamilton and Sydney. The next 3 stops on the HSBC World 7 Series.
Yes, Africans, we are loud. Africans, we are loud.